This is it, Red and Green Army. We are back at the Butts Park Arena. Liam Cook coming to you live from the hallowed artificial service in CV1. It's Coventry United versus Newport Pagnell Town in the United Counties League Premier Division South. We have just got the ball rolling, and straight from the kickoff, Newport Pagnell Town have a corner. We'll get you into your team news as soon as this move is over. Well, we can tell you that the Coventry United team is the same as last week, but Chris Cox has been withdrawn from the squad due to a work-related ankle injury. Danny Fraser replaces him in defence, with Steph Morley switching to centre and Fraser on the left. An early chance here for Newport Pagnell Town, looking to bare their teeth. It's punched away by Dan Moore. Good stopping on show from the former Worcester shot stopper, and it's skewed out on this near side by Luke Downs. Members of the Red and Green Army still trickling into our home stadia. Two great matches over at Spinks Drive in the last couple of weeks. Many thanks to the Spinks for accommodating us, but this is where the Red and Greens belong. The 3,000 capacity Butts Park Arena, a place the Red and Greens have proudly called home for nearly a decade. And it's hooked away down the right-hand side. Ryan Harkin on the end of it for the Red and Greens. Still Harkin, looking to switch the play over to Lewis Wilson. Covered up by Aaron Ojinjo. And DeVoyle fancies it, and Kurilovic swung the gloves. But no one home to pick up the seconds. So into the Newport team, Kasper Kurilovic starts in goal. Christian Smale, Luke Abraham, Corvell Pickering, Jacob Williamson, Ben Ford, Robbie Goodman, Aaron Ajinjo, Emmanuel Gibwede, Finn Jaggard and Mamadou Jallo. And for Coventry United, Dan Moore, Harry Sawyer, Danny Fraser, Adam Miles, Steph Morley, Luke Downs, Charlie Shaw, Riley DeVoyle, Ryan Harkin, Lewis Wilson and Cameron Dunn. And here's Gibwede. Corvell Pickering on the left-hand side of the box, sandwiched between Shaw and Downs. It's kept from going out for the corner by Harry Sawyer, but it rolls out on this near side for a throw-in, level with the penalty area. Newport Pagnell making the early running here. Pickering couldn't trick his way past Charlie Shaw, but he's got a throw-in a couple of yards down line. And the throw from Ford. Jallo couldn't get on the end of it. Another clearance by Ronnie DeVoyle this time, another throw-in. Newport Pagnell piling on the early pressure. Wilson didn't know what's going on down the road up Jimmy Hill way, with Coventry City taking on struggling Charlton Athletic. Let's hope it's a good afternoon for Frank Lampard as he celebrates 1 year in charge. Coss is scooped up by Morley, headed back into the danger zone by Smale, sent high into the sky by DeVoyle. That should end the danger for now. Headed over to the right-hand side by Jinjo. Wilson gets his bonds on that one. Charlie Shaw looks towards the left flank, and that's where Ryan Harkin is housed. Covered up by Jinjo, gets his boot in between the legs of Harkin. It will be a throw-in just down line from the opposite penalty area. Coventry United quick as a flash from defence to attack. Cameron Dunn making the left wing his home again. It's a throw by Fraser. And Fraser's delivery in. Harkin just skims off the head of the top scorer. And it's out on this near side for a Newport throw. And it will be Ford to take the throw towards Jallo. It's over Jallo, over Gibwede. Gibwede on the end of it now. A little trip on the way through from Luke Downs. Referee says nothing doing. And Adam Miles, who will be the anchor at the back line today, alongside Steph Morley in place of the injured Chris Cox. Coxey injured at work and will be out for this game at least. It's Downs. Has Harkin beaten the offside trap? No, he hasn't, as it's dinked through the Newport defence. Four and a half minutes gone here at the Butts Park Arena. Coventry United 0, Newport Pagnell Town 0. It's been a strong start from Newport Pagnell, but Coventry are starting to edge their way into it. And an early goal in the Premier League. Manchester City lead Leeds United by 1-0 through Phil Foden in the first minute. It's towards Jallow. Good strong header away by Miles, who has coveted interest from Newport Pagnell in the past. Wilson only into the path of Ben Ford. It's with Smale. Slide by Danny Fraser, only as far as Jallow, and Miles has got to get this away here. He's given it away to Emmanuel Gobrede, but it's Dan Moore with a smart stop. Stretched by Shaw on the goal kick, couldn't reach it, so Robbie Goodman will look for a blue shirt. Jallow. And skipping away down the right-hand side there was Jaggard, I believe, and it will be a free kick as he's tripped on the way through. So about 5 yards into United territory. Newport Pagnell had 10 yards more like. They're going to have the throw in, so the free kick I should say. And good news for Coventry City in the early kickoff. Stoke losing at home to Hull City. Free kick header away by Lewis Wilson. Ronnie Devoyle hooks it down the right flank. Cameron Dunn will give chase. Awkward bounce for Ford. Ford's got his hands all over Dunn, and a little too much for the referee's liking. Dunn brought down. United have the free kick midway between halfway line and box. So those early kick-off scores in the Championship: Leicester 2, Sheffield United 3, Portsmouth 0, Bristol 1, and Stoke 1, Hull 2. So if Coventry can win today, they could extend their lead to 13 points. Sawyer, it's given away cheaply. Jaggard plays it out off Riley Devoyle. The free kick comes to naught for Terrenson's men. This is Terrenson's first afternoon in the Butts Park Arena dugout in over 4 years. His first game back as Coventry manager. Spink's drive went very well. They were up by 1-0 inside 10 minutes through Lewis Wilson's first goal for the club. Jallow, curtailed by Charlie Shaw, and Shaw seems to have taken a stud to the toe. And those are painful, let me tell you that. Surprise early goal at Hillsborough. Sheffield Wednesday leading Preston by 1-0. And we'll let you know what's going on around the grounds in the United Counties League Premier Division South as well. It's 9th versus 10th here this afternoon. Newport Pagnell just a point in front of Coventry United, but United do have games in hand, but those will be eaten up in the coming weeks with the weather set to turn. A lot of teams out of action last week. United beating third-placed Histon, who could have gone on to top the table with Nuneaton and Ayleston being out of action. And a couple of early goals to tell you about. Leicester Nirvana lead at Ainsbury, who are going to be coming to the Butts in the next month. And in the Northampton derby, it's Sileby who've taken the lead against Chenecks. Steph Morley mops up at the back, and relentless pressure from Gboyade. It's more to Adam Miles, slipped by Cameron Dunn, and he's dispossessed from behind by Robbie Goodman. He runs into a sea of bodies, and the red and greens can track upfield. Here's Harry Sawyer. Morley, under pressure from Jallow. Short to the Voyle, and now acres of space out wide. Adam Mars, or a Richard Keogh-esque run through the midfield. Fraser and Ryan Harkin's up there. Harkin shielding the ball from Ajinjo. And the right back, I should say, has put it out for a throw-in right in the corner. If you're just joining us here on CUTV, no big chances so far, although Dan Moore has had to make a save. After 10, it's 0-0. Coventry United looking to change that. Riley Devoyle Miles is in there, headed out as far as Lewis Wilson. It cannons off the former Northampton striker, and upfield from Ben Ford. And the chase is on down the right. Steph Morley cutting across the ambitious Corvell Pickering, and back with Dan Moore between the six. He was instrumental in that victory against Histon last week, and so I couldn't quite stretch enough to bring his goal kick under control. Adder goes for a throw deep into Newport Pagnell territory. If you look at the highlights at half-time, you'll see how many second-half saves Dan Moore made. He was incredible that day, and it's so harsh he didn't have a clean sheet to take away from it. A great strike from Connor Barnes, denying him that. And the throw from Ford, a sopping wet ball. The pitch is fine, but there's a lot of standing water in the fan area where the ball has just been picked up from. Jallow dispossessed by the captain, Riley Devoyle, wearing the armband in place of the injured Chris Cox. Danny Fraser looking for an option down the left-hand side, but it's a poor back pass by Arginio. Cameron Dunn trying to marshal his way past Goodman. Wrestle to the ground. Referee says get up. And back with Kurilovic. As we'll hope to give him a busy afternoon. Adam Miles nods away from Gapwede. Here's Jallow, dancing through the midfield. Looking for an option, headed away on the edge of the area by Adam Miles. Cameron Dunn first, the seconds, and an outstretched leg by Ben Ford, and the referee, I think it's going to be a final warning for Ford. He seems to be getting a little bit too close for comfort with Cameron Dunn on this near side. And Ford told in no uncertain terms, one more and you're in the book. Nicholas Marriott, the man in black this afternoon. And Dan Moore's going to come out. It's about 8 yards into United turf, so he's going to push his outfielders up and go for glory with this one. It's going to be a gung-ho free kick from the United number one. Towards Adam Miles on the left side. Jorginho get his head to it and thumped away. Downs his header, but there's no one in red on that right side of the field. And now Ford, maybe walking a tightrope with the referee, but he's walking up towards the United net. Switches the play, headed into the area, and now Jacob Williamson, can he turn and shoot? It's Williamson, red bodies in front of him all the way. It's Williamson, he's hit the post. A Ginger with the cross, couldn't find Pickering. And Newport Pagnell cracking the woodwork for the first time today, and now here comes Jallow. It's been a determined start for the Swans so far. Ford, Morty's are coming all the way, and it flies straight out for the goal kick. Terry Anderson and Luke Morton will want to see more from their squad. 13 gone, still 0-0 here at the Butts Park Arena, and there's been a couple of goals over in Lutterworth. Lutterworth 1, Easington Sports 1. That's all eyes are going to be on the top of the table clash at the Oval. Nuneaton Town versus Ayleston Park. Nuneaton have proved recently they are not infallible. Coventry United came close to taking them to extra time in the League Cup a few weeks ago, losing by a single goal, which on reflection looked to be an offside strike missed by the referee. So they are human. Here's Pickering. Jacob Williamson over to Ajinjo. Aaron Ajinjo forced back. Now Goodman. Here's the captain, Luke Abraham. Swept upfield straight to his opposite number 6 in Luke Downs. And Downs looking to calm things down at centre-back with Steph Morley. Here's Charlie Shaw, forced back into his own area, and Dan Moore will collect. Morley. Through the centre it goes, straight to the feet of Goodman. Out of reach for Devoyle, but Newport Pagnell, sloppy play in the centre, giving it away cheaply to Coventry United. Danny Fraser, high lofted ball for Cameron Dunn. He's the wrong side of Ben Ford here, but tried to just tuck it into that far bottom corner. Didn't get his accuracy right. Well, good news for Coventry City. Middlesbrough are behind by 1-0 through Agyemang. But bad news for Coventry City, they're behind as well. Harvey Nibbs has scored for Charlton Athletic. Coventry 0, Charlton 1. So it's a bad day for the top three in the championship. Sky Blues need to respond up the A444. But for the red side of Coventry, it's as you were, still 0-0. Newport looking to change that with the strike. Flies wide from Finn Jaggard. And Devoyle seems to have been caught as he played that low drive down the left. Referee has called it. He's holding the left ankle. And it's been a furious start from Bournemouth up north in Sunderland. They're 2-0 up inside 15 minutes. Sunderland 0, Bournemouth 2. Brentford and Burnley still drawing. And Manchester City retain that 1-goal lead, which was brought about by Phil Foden, virtually straight from the kickoff. So Morley with the resulting free kick. Lewis Wilson's up for it. Got enough on the ball, but sends it only as far as Kasper Kurilovic, who brings it down under no duress in the area. It's a high one from the number one. Miles tried to judge it. Cushion header out. Allows his teammates to track back. And Covell Pickering will leave the ball for the left back, Ben Ford. Here's Mamadou Diallo. Quick passing on this near side from Newport Pagnell, trying to open up the gap. Well, the gap was quickly closed by Luke Downs, but given away to Diallo. Looking for an option on the edge of the area, but United again sweep it up. Jaggard was looking menacing. Danny Fraser, formerly of Rugby Borough, who are playing their neighbours Rugby Town today. Goodman away, flicked on by Williamson. Luke Downs brings it under control for the red and greens. Here's Lewis Wilson looking to drive it through, perhaps for Cameron Dunn, but Diallo charges it down. Covell Pickering, and on the deck, he's still got the ball to his feet there. Emmanuel Geberwade. Covered in by Williamson and just tipped out of reach by Dan Moore, with Finn Jaggard arriving at the scene. Corner kick to follow for Newport Pagnell. This much, a much tougher prospect for the Royal and Greens this afternoon. More comes out, some punches clear. Diallo. Return to sender. In towards Goodman and Gabwede. United trying to clear. And Devoyle sends it high into the sky. Diallo tries to bring it down in no man's land. In fact, it was fouled. Referee says nothing doing, and it's back with Jinjo at right back. Kurilovic has to Pickering. A high boot there against Covell Pickering on Harry Sawyer. So United will get the free kick just outside the centre circle in their own half. United unable to escape disaster. And here comes Jallow. Williamson deflected behind of the calf of Adam Miles, crucially getting his body in the way. A corner to follow on the right wing. And Ford will trudge over again to take this corner. 20 gone at the Butts Park Arena. United back on home turf after a couple of games at Coventry Spinks. It's 0-0 between the Red and Greens and the Swans of Newport Pagnell Town. It's not been the most graceful of matches so far. And it's over Dan Moore, hits the crossbar. Straight from Ben Ford's corner. And Devoyle clears United's lines. Shaw couldn't bring it down. Williamson in place of Ford at left back. Jallow, and now it's Pickering. Acres of space on this near side. Pickering delivery. It's in for the opener. No, brilliant save. Dan Moore keeps out. Emmanuel Gabwede. United riding their luck. Will it last? Jallow to Pickering. Across the face of goal. On Jinjo. And it's deflected out of Lewis Wilson. United need to wake up. Ford with the delivery and Moore again commanding his area. Swing and a miss by Dunn, but the seconds fall to the left back, Danny Fraser, and here come United. Shaw on a one-man mission against Abraham. Abraham will get there first and return to Kurilovic, who has been by far the least busy keeper today. Ongi Joe. Straight to Miles, poor ball through the midfield. Here's Morley. Cameron Dunn. So it's with Moore. Shaw to Morley, a veteran of almost 2 decades of non-league football. Floats it over Abraham and Ryan Harkins there. They've got to get this right. Goodman. Clears as far as Dunn. Chest control. Goodman able to slice it away. Miles off the back of Gabwede's head. It's Luke Downs bringing it down for Coventry United. And Lewis Wilson is struggling here. So United momentarily down to 10. Switch the play by Devoyle to Harry Sawyer. And he's got the better of Ford here. Couldn't get away from Ford. He's back in position. Devoyle's delivery and Goodman heads out for the corner. And the referee wants to check on Steph Morley, who's having some issues with his boots. Glad to say Lewis Wilson is, well, he didn't go off his feet, but he's in the area and ready to go. Seems to have shaken off that potential injury problem. And it's a short one from Dunn to Ryan Harkin, the 2 top scorers linking up again. It's a low drive, he was waiting for Devoyle to lash onto it, cleared, but Charlie Shaw's going to hit it, and he's hit the post! Via a deflection, did Kurilovic get something on it? 3 times the woodwork has been rattled in the opening 25 minutes, but still no score. It's the captain, Devoyle, again playing it short. Gets it back and Wilson was ready to swipe it. Dunn charged down, still Cameron Dunn. Ryan Harkin! High and wide. "25 minutes have gone here at the Butts Park Arena. Coventry United 0, Newport Pagnell Town 0. It's Newport who have had the best of the going so far. Another goal at the Etihad. It's 2-0 Manchester City through Gavadio. But if you're just joining us, you haven't seen the news. Coventry City 1-0 down at home to a Charlton side who have been battered over the last 7 days. But crucially for City, Stoke lost at home to Hull. And Middlesbrough are losing themselves 1-0 at home to Derby and to their new manager. So it's not a disaster just yet for the Sky Blues. Danny Fraser clips it back into midfield, and Lewis Wilson playing a deeper role under Terry Anderson. It worked last week. And the offside flag up against Danny Fraser, receiving from Wilson. Needless flag. And Terry Anderson barking instructions. The Scouse Superman on the sidelines for the Red and Greens. And Sileby have increased their advantage over Northampton Owen Chenix in the Northampton derby. Moulton 1-0 up at Histon. It's not been a good 7 days for Histon, but at the top of the table clash at the Oval, it's still Nuneaton 0, Elston Park 0. So Kurilovic will get us underway again. Jallo's up for it, beaten mid-air by Adam Miles. And it goes with a throw halfway into United territory. It's been a bit of a stop-start game so far. Neither team has been able to play the free-flowing football they would have liked. And Jallo draws in the foul from Charlie Shaw, who yells at the referee that he got the ball. Falling on deaf ears there. Mr. Marriott doesn't want to know. And Ben Ford, who has taken over all of the Swans set piece this afternoon, is going to have another crack. It's in by Ford, and a good headed clearance from Steph Morley. Harkin helps it on. Done to Devoyle. He's got down to the left-hand side, where he's covered off by Corvell Pickering, and Pickering trying to dispossess the captain, but Devoyle holds firm. Retains the ball under a lot of pressure from the away side. Morley straight to the head of Ongijo. But Coventry have it in their own backyard again. Devoyle. Adam Miles bouncing ball over to Harry Sawyer, a mainstay since coming back from Rugby Borough. Swept to the wing by Abraham, and Pickering trying to keep it in, but he waited a tad too long. And United have the throw-in level with the area, but can they use it? They're having to work a lot harder than they did against Histon. Down, it's charged down by Jallo, and he's got options to his right. Smacked off Jallo by Adam Miles, and the seconds fall to Devoyle. Miles and Ryan Harkin gives chase, who will be shepherded back by Abraham. Kurilovic. Oh, he had to think quickly there with a right smile to Ryan Harkin as he just falls. Oh, I better pick this ball up. And he just got there before the United top scorer. Chesson Troy done in the centre circle, takes it only as far as Ben Ford. Jallo. And here's Williamson. Threads it into the area, but too close to Dan Morgan, where they was chasing it. Off the head of Goodman at centre-back. Handball claims against Lewis Wilson. He'd have hit the sternum of the former Northampton striker. And United maintain possession, but a task too far. But done to reach Devoyle's ball down the left flank. Kurilovic. It's a poor kick, and Shaw was trying to catch Kurilovic off his line, and it's not the worst tactic. Kurilovic got back into position and had to make the save. Sunderland have got one back in their game against Bournemouth through a Lefebvre penalty. 4 travels. Gipwade wrestling with Miles. Well, Survivor Series is on until tonight. And the referee obviously knows wrestling when he sees it and blows for the free kick. War Games will have to wait until later. Well, still 4 games without goals in the United Counties League Premier Division South. This is one of them. The Nuneaton against Ayleston is another. Daventry hosting Godmanchester. That's still scoreless, as is March against Hinckley. Now, that is a big game to keep your eye on both sides, looking to get in the playoffs. United could do with both of them dropping points if they can get a win here. As Terrenson said last week, it's a good start, but consistency is the key. We need to keep on picking up points and closing ground. New signing brought in for the bench, Bakari Foubert, Bermuda under-20s midfielder. Danny Fraser hacked down there. The referee says nothing doing. And Anderson and Morton less than happy. They've had a love-hate relationship with referees over the years. That's a delightful bout down the left side. An advantage is given. It's Ryan Harkin, smothered by several blue shirts, but it falls to Charlie Shaw, and both hands serve from Kurilovic. A corner it will be, but it's the first time that the Newport number 1 has been truly tested. By Dunn, plenty of bodies in the way of Kurilovic, but it's crucially it's a blue header. And finished off by Williamson. Pickering, pressure all over Steph Morley, and the header back was under here. It's Pickering! Misses a gilt-edged chance. He just had to pick a side and hit the target. Ironic cheers from the Butts Park Arena faithful, but Pickering is in disbelief. Well, somehow, at the 33 minutes, it is still 0-0, but that is the chance of the game for Newport Pagnell Town, and you dare say they won't get a better one. Here's Miles. Floated down the right for Cameron Dunn. Couldn't control the pressure of Abraham. And there's been a goal at the Oval, and Ayleston Park lead Nuneaton by 1-0. That goal coming from Rodrigo Gonsalves. Nuneaton 0, Ayleston Park 1 at the Oval. Quick into play down the left-hand side. Too quick for Williamson, hitting him on the shoulder. And Harkin spots the gap for Cameron Dunn, but it just rolls in front of the winger stride. I think our pitch side videographer Anthony Randall's going to be happy to be back at the Butts Park Arena. He uses a little stool to steady himself when he's filming, and the West Brom game, the pitch was so sodden, it actually sunk into the ground and broke. Won't have any of those worries today. Ford was for Gupwede. Adam Mars getting his bonds to it and clearing. Brian Harkin will give chase. Abraham looks to have it covered. And back to Kurilovic. But Kurilovic under pressure skies it onto the roof of the XL Motors stand. And it's one of the highest stands, probably the highest stand at this level of non-league. So that was some going. Well, the Red and Greens need to find an opening. Sawyer rolls it past the Voyle. And now Goodman will start the Newport counter. Here's Williamson. Somehow finds his way over Harkin and Wilson sandwich. But then a lunge in by DeVille catches him on the heel. And Williamson wanted to start quickly. Referee said no. Ford's going to get them underway now. And here's Pickering. We'll look to try and prove the Red and Green Army wrong after that's a horrendous miss. Jallo. Back to Abraham at centre back, the skipper. It's a long one towards Gabwade. Pickering sends out for the corner off the boot of Adam Miles. And Pickering will take the corner. Williamson offering the short routine, but he's going to go long. More forward back coming for it. Handball claims by Goodman. Referee says nothing doing. And that was not a pretty strike by any stretch of the imagination by Ben Ford. I don't think we'll hit a worse one this season. Oh, the next time we're in action here on CUTV, it's this Sunday. Next Sunday, I should say. We can say that we're playing in 2 days in a row. It's Coventry United versus Hanley Town in the Isuzu FA Vars. Big match here at the Butts Park Arena on Sunday afternoon. Usual ticket prices apply. £7 for adults, £4 for concessions, and just £1 for under 16s. And Dunn looking to leap into Kurilovic there, and the goalkeeper stands strong, leaps above Dunn and brings it down for that bouncing ball from the back. Goodman. Gibwade heads above Adam Mars with a second's fall to Fraser, who smacks it off again, Joe. And out for the United throw. Misplaced ball towards the right from Newport Pagnell. And a bizarre goal's been scored at Bedworth, just up the road. The Mikolova goalkeeper actually caught the ball and then stepped back over his own line. Morley. It's closed down by Jaggard. Oh, that pressure has forced Morley to play it straight up to the head of Goodman. Gibwade, and now Jaggard trying to beat Miles to it, hooks it over his head. And now Devoyle. It's behind Hagen, but the striker's got on the end of it. Now Ronnie Devoyle looking for options on the right-hand side. It's a curling ball down the right wing. Cameron Dunn will get there, but will have to cross. Ford in the way. Downline to Devoyle. Shaw wants it played to his feet. And Devoyle trying to catch Kurilovic off his line. Well, an experienced keeper like Kasper Kurilovic is not going to be caught out with something like that. It's George through the midfield. Here's Gabwade. Mamadou Jallo. And I'm not sure who he was looking for there. He's trying to chase his own ball. Harkin. Fraser makes the overlap. United have got Newport Pagnell outnumbered here. Puts it on a play for Cameron Dunn. And out comes Kurilovic. Got his body behind it. Both teams have had brilliant opportunities for the opening goal. Neither could take them. And Kurilovic has taken a bit of a whack in the process. Seems to be holding his left side. So it's Kurilovic down the heart of the field, headed back where it came from by Morley. Abraham. We've got a game of head turns breaking out here. Shaw. It's Shaw who eventually brings it down. Devoyle felt that he was fouled by Williamson. Referee does not agree. Sawyer. As the sun sets, who will shine at the Butts? It's been a pretty dim game so far. Miles. Harry Sawyer leaves Pickering behind. Looks for Dunn, who misjudged it. Goodman up to Gibwade. Now Pickering across the halfway line. Here's Onginjo. Straight to the feet of Morley with that cross. Neither side are tackling particularly well. Downs to Cameron Dunn. Under pressure from Abraham, and his return ball towards Lewis Wilson was cut out by Williamson. And that's with Corvell Pickering. Overlap being made by Abraham. Where's the centre-back going? Went long range. I think it hit the chest of Adam Miles now on this near side. 5 to go until the break. Still 0-0 between Coventry United and Newport Pagnell Town. And crucially, there has been a goal at the CBS Arena. Coventry City have equalised through Josh Eccles. Here at the Butts Park Arena, it's Mamadou Jallo. And Jallo wayward. Plenty of power, none of the precision. But just to confirm, Coventry are now 1-1 against Charlton. A right-footed effort from outside the box by Josh Eccles. Middlesbrough still 1-0 down at home to Derby, and of course Stoke losing at home to Hull in the early kickoff. So good news for Coventry City. Even at this stage, they're still gaining ground on the chasing pack. Well, Coventry are the chasing pack in the United Counties League Premier Division South, and they need the win today. Here's teams like Newport Pagnell, like Histon, like Moulton, like Hinckley that they have got to beat if they're going to be in there at the business end of the season. Miles through the middle to Lewis Wilson. Sawyer back to Wilson. All the way home to Moore. He's got Morley on the left-hand side, and here is Steph Morley. Return to Moore. Here's Miles. DeVoyle. Morley, a veteran of Leamington's squad for many years. Downs crowded out, but gets it away to DeVoyle. Quick passing from DeVoyle. Handball claims, and the referee is going to give it to Coventry United. In fact, no, it's not been given as a handball. It's been given as a drop ball because it hit the referee. It's Coventry United who have the benefit. Downs. Shaw. Edged off it by Jallo. Now Jaggard. Williamson hooks on. And Lewis Wilson catching Christian Smale on the way through. And there's been another goal at the CBS Arena, and turnaround complete. Coventry City lead by 2-1. 2 goals in 4 minutes. It's Ellis Sims with another goal. What a run he's on. Perfect time with Thomas Asante and Wright, both injured. Ellis Sims has made it 2-1 to Coventry City. Just write that Premier League check right now. The Sky Blues are going up. Abraham's delivery into the area. Pickering is arriving, but didn't attack it. So it will be a goal kick. Hey, Barry came from by Abraham. Morley volleys on. And Dunn got the slightest of touches. Ryan Harkin dispossessed at the crucial moment by Goodman. He was just about to pull the trigger. And the ball booted down the left wing. Harry Soyle shepherded it out under constant pressure from Corvell Pickering, who really should have given Newport Pagnell the lead earlier on. DeVoyle from Sawyer. Oh, just looking to float it right, but the header across by Goodman is picked up by Harkin on the left wing. Lewis Wilson deflected, and Cameron Dunder took it in, and another brilliant save by Kurilovic. The two goalkeepers are putting on a masterclass. And it's in the United half now with Miles. Charlie Shaw. Wilson took a heavy deflection as he looked for Cameron Dunn. It almost looks as if Dunn was playing as the main striker there, but has now moved out. Jallow. Over the outstretched leg of Luke Downs, still Jallow. And now Jacob Williamson thinking about it. Maybe should have fought twice. And that's the end of the first half here on CUTV. Coventry United and Newport Pagnell both frustrated in the opening 45 minutes. But it's all to play for at the start of the second half. Half-time score 0-0. And second half is underway here on CUTV, still 0-0 as we begin the final 45 minutes at the Butts Park Arena. And just like the first half, an early corner for Newport Pagnell Town. Pickering's delivery deflected out. And Pickering will take it. Williamson's in support. It's deep by Pickering and punched away by Dan Moore. And there was a foul in there as well. A bit too much pushing there from, I think it was the right back, Aaron Oginjo. And United are rolling once more. Morley back to Moore. Now Adam Miles. Will the words of wisdom from Messrs Anderson and Morton prove effective in this second half? A very jittery game so far. Both teams have had chances. And both teams really should have scored. Here's Ryan Harkin to assert himself in the game. Cannons out off Ben Ford and a throw-in on the far side of the field for Coventry United level with the area. And there was a trip by Abraham on Harkin. Referee feels it wasn't enough. There's a slide in by DeVoyle on Williamson. And now Anderson and Morton absolutely furious. Both managers called over by the referee, trying to calm the situation. But United feeling it was exactly the same infringement which brought Harkin down in the box that DeVoyle has been penalised for here. Well, the big surprise last week against Histon wasn't the fact that United won 5-1. It was the fact that Luke Morton didn't get a yellow card from the referee. And there's been early goals over at Elder Stubbs. Daventry 1, God Manchester 1. Goals in the early minutes of the second half as the free kick's floated in towards Jaggard, but United able to clear. Goodman trying to chase his own ball, sent high into the setting sky by Steph Morley. And the header on straight into the grasp of Moore for the head of Christian Smale. And Moore's kick headed towards the touchline by Ford. Coventry have the throw deep into enemy lines. And it is full time at both Histon and Lutterworth. Moulton have won 2-0. Lutterworth 2-1 victors at home to Easington in the 2 o'clock kickoffs. And it's back with more between the six. United going long here. It's Morley. It's okay going long as there's someone there to aim for, and there wasn't for Coventry United. Goal kick it will be. So away by Kurilovic. Sawyer gets there ahead of Pickering, but Pickering picks up the baton. There's a pirouette around Shaw. It's easy pickings for Sawyer. Here's Ryan Harkin. Drills it across their field. Now Danny Fraser's got room to utilise. Cameron Dunn wants it played through. Dunn is the target. And Cameron Dunn is past Goodman. It's a chance to open the scoring here. And racing across is Ben Ford at the last second. A corner kick for Coventry United. It could have been more. Both sides have been wasteful. DeVoyle towards Miles at the far post. Goodman gets his head to it. Out as far as Dunn. Swung across the box by Jaggard, and the seconds will fall to the corner taker, Rolly Devoyle. Devoyle in, Goodman there again, clears as far as Charlie Shaw, off balance and under pressure, couldn't hit the target. No sign of any subs for either side. Just a free on the bench for Newport Pagnell Town. Pryke, Watkinson and Nicolaus. Of Coventry United, the full contingent of 5. Sam Ellis, Charlie Faulkner, Stanley Jube, Gif Musa and new signing Bakari Foubert. That's no signs of any of them being used yet. In fact, I say that, Stanley Jube's going up for a warm-up along to our right. And United patiently building up in their own backyard here. Morley. Devoyle. Morley across to Miles. Is it too patient from Coventry United? Miles again from Sawyer. Newport sitting back, not willing to open themselves up. And Morley is going to boot it towards Danny Fraser. Crucial header there by Oginjo. Sure, handball claims against Ford, where he says nothing doing. And the slice across the penalty area is collected by Danny Fraser. Fraser's delivery, deflection, but kept in by Kurilovic. Now Pickering, and meets Cameron Dunn in with the shoulder. The throw from Ford to Pickering, now Jallow. Corvell Pickering had 4 United men on him, but Jallow skips out of the way of Devoyle's challenge. Williamson, top corner! Jacob Williamson with a beautiful finish into the top bins. United had their sights set on one player. They didn't see Williamson lurking in there. And Newport Pagnell, who really should have gone in front in the first half, have finally got their goal after half-time. It's 1-0. A disappointing way for the Red and Greens to go behind here at the Butts Park Arena. There is work to do for Terry Anderson and Luke Morton. Here's Dan Moore. No clean sheets for the former Worcester shot stopper today. Down the right it goes. Chest control by Ford. Newport will make a silly errors now. And Moore heads it into the ground right on the touchline to keep it within play. Outside his area. Couldn't handle it, of course. Moore looks for the run of Ryan Harkin. Ford drills it along the left touchline to Pickering. Sawyer gets involved in the melee. Charlie Shaw. A late lunge in on Shaw, but Lewis Wilson continues. Here's Danny Fraser. And Devoyle fancies it. Loops over. And the first change being prepared. Stanley Jube looks like he's getting ready to head into the action for the Red and Greens. We've had 8 minutes of the second half, and it is The away side, Newport Pagnell Town, who lead at the Butts Park Arena. Pickering. Headed clearance by Adam Miles. Pickering again. Newport smell a second. Here's Jallow. Avoids the attentions of Devore and a cheeky back heel to Pickering. And it's caught at the near post by Dan Moore. Nothing that the keeper can't handle. And the throw blocked off by the Newport striker. It's out to Steph Morley and now Downs. And Downs wants to see more movement, more integration with the midfield. Morley from Wilson. Adam Miles. Sends it high. Devore will give chase. I think Devore knows it's a losing battle. Out comes Kirilovic. And United's edge in the first half seems to be deserting them. Looking for the through ball to Jaggard there. The flag stayed down. It was a crucial interception by Adam Miles. He would have been clean through. And here's Danny Fraser looking for the same thing for United. Dragging the shoulder by Jallow. Flicked onto the chest of Jallow. And the number 26 is in possession of the ball at the outset. But Newport Pagnell fail to deliver. Downs in the centre circle. Here's Lewis Wilson. Too much of a compact midfield here for Coventry United. It'd be wise to use the wings. Miles. Here's Charlie Shaw. Now Morley. Adam Miles. For a chip past to Charlie Shaw. Ford brings it down for the visitors and sends it long for Jaggard. Moore's outside his area. Has to volley it. And it actually falls quite kindly for Danny Fraser. Morley. Shaw across to Harry Sawyer. Now Miles. Morley again. Here's Devoyle. And looking to float it over the back line. Lewis Wilson's the wrong side of the back line. Angle too tight to strike. It's behind with Fraser. Wilson's still there. And here is Lewis Wilson. Into a more central location with Devoyle. Punts it back to the right back, Harry Sawyer. Clicked in by Sawyer over Harkin. Header out as far as Devoyle. Couldn't find Wilson. Under hit and Jaggard clears. Morley. United not finished yet. Danny Fraser curling it into the box. And Charlie Shaw thumps it home. Pin perfect cross from Danny Fraser. Shaw levers it beyond Kirilovic. And we're all square again at the Butts Park Arena. So United are level again. What a cross that was from Danny Fraser. And Jallow has gone down. And he's a little unhappy about the exploits of Riley Devoyle there. He's saying that Devoyle kicked out. Seems to be urinating into the wind on that one. And the Neaton have completed the turnaround at the Oval. They're now 2-1 up against Ayleston Park. Free kick floated in, and Williamson, and that close to an instant reply. Gavwade looking to send it in, a long-range strike as well. Danmore equal to that one. 2 bites to the cherry for Newport Pagnell. And now Fraser. Downs to Adam Miles at centre back. A goal's given United an added impetus up front. The long ball is collected by Ford. Oginjo. Here's Gavwade. Chip ball by Williamson, was looking for Jallow, but it's swept away by Steph Morley. And Stanley Dube is getting ready to come on. Kurilovic just to punt that away from a menacing Ryan Harkin. Sawyer under pressure from Pickering, heads it back towards Danmore, and he just beats the striker to it. Downs, tracks away. Here's Charlie Shaw. Got the ball caught under his feet, but able to keep it in United's ballpark. A lofted ball by Sawyer, headed away by Abraham, but the second's collected by Charlie Shaw. Wilson's available. There's a little hand in the back from Jallow, not enough. But that is Charlie Shaw dragging on the shoulder of Mamadou Jallow. Well, we are headed for the first change. It is Stanley Dube who will make his introduction. In fact, no, Charlie Faulkner is now heading out. It is Charlie Faulkner. So it looks like Dube has headed back into the dugout. And Kurilovic looking for Pickering. Pickering couldn't get his bonds to that. That's out for a goal kick. And here comes the first change for Coventry United. In fact, no, it's going to be held. And United will play out from the goal kick. Taken short by Moore. Plays a 1-2 with Morley. And back to the Leamington veteran. Back to Moore. Foubert's going for a warm-up too. The new signing in Bermuda under-20s international. And under pressure, Harry Sawyer has hurt his ankle. He seems in some considerable discomfort. They've got to get the ball out here. Sawyer is not getting up. But Harkin and United continue to press. But now the ball is in the hands of Kasper Kurilovic, and the referee is going to allow Lucy Stead onto the field. It looked like Sawyer got his studs trapped in the artificial turf. As soon as he hit the deck, he was screaming in agony. In fact, it's not Harry Sawyer, it's Adam Miles, I think it is. And we've got a little interloper in the the commentary section. That is Adam Miles going to be able to continue. I can confirm it is Adam Miles, not Harry Sawyer. Well, Miles has been struggling with a knee problem recently. They do have Ryan Pedley signed on. He's not in the squad today. Well, there's no real defenders on the bench. The best that United could probably do is put Danny Fraser at centre-back and Charlie Faulkner on the left. question is Miles going to be able to continue? Here comes the change for Coventry United. And it's number 7 on the board. That's Charlie Shaw. That's the change still is not going to be made. Adam Miles is off the field, but he is hoping to come back on, which is good news for the Red and Greens. Their defenders especially have taken a little bit of a battering recently. Chris Cox out for today at least after suffering an ankle injury at work. And here, yeah, they are going to make the change now. So it's Charlie for Charlie. Shaw off, Faulkner on. Oh, Shaw got the goal, which is equalised for Coventry United. Charlie Faulkner is on now to try and get United the winning goal. Kurilovic looking for Jagard. It's headed across to Fraser in the back line. Adam Miles is back on the field. He's not moving particularly freely, but he's going to give it a go. And now Luke Morton is he going to get a yellow card here from the referee? I'm not entirely sure what's been said on the opposite side of the field, but the referee taking Morton's name and a yellow card for the assistant manager. Wow. We were remarking last week that it was a miracle that Luke Morton went through one match without getting a yellow. Well, that miracle is not going to happen today. And Morton still incensed that the yellow card's been given. Now Newport Pagnell taking the throw-in well out of position. It's booted upfield. Steph Morley with a header. Pickering trying to evade catcher from Charlie Faulkner. Faulkner all over him. Sawyer in there too. Pickering still with the ball. Plays it behind Jallow. I think Joe was there with him. Here's Ben Ford. He's going to drill it! Bounces past. And a change for Newport Pagnell. So Gawahed is coming off. Watkinson taking over the striking mantle for the remainder of the game, and Moore sends it straight off the advertising board for a throw-in with that goal kick. And a throw from Hong In-jo. Morley away. Goodman's header as far as Danny Fraser. Faulkner's up for it. Ford heads up. Who can bring it down? Faulkner. It's eventually Pickering who sends it straight into the sky again. Sawyer nods it back to Miles. Morley will take over. Lofted ball towards the right-hand side. Ford knocks it past towards Rolly Devoyle. Another clearance from Newport Pagnell. It's Jallow and Sawyer tangle between the two, and it is a free kick to Newport Pagnell. .20 minutes to go. Still 1-1, I should say. It's 2-1 to Coventry City in their game against Charlton. Score hasn't changed since half-time. Middlesbrough still losing at home to Derby. And it's headed out for a corner from the free kick. Lewis Wilson with the last touch. So as it stands, Coventry would go 13 points clear at the top of the Championship table. In the Premier League, Sunderland have dragged Bournemouth back. It's 2-2. And what a comeback at the Etihad. Leeds have scored twice through Calvert-Lewin and Umecha. It's Man City 2, Leeds 2. The corner in by Ford and headed over at the near post by Jaggard. And the referee saying the last touch came of Danley Fraser behind Jaggard. Well, what a comeback it's been from the Neaton. They were 1-0 down heading towards the break at home to Aylestone Park. They're now 4-1 up. Delivery straight into the side netting. It's a poor one from Pickering. 2 substitutes available for Newport, I should say. 4 for Coventry United. Here's Faulkner, slides in on Jallow, but snatched away by Williamson. And Jaggard's onside, is he? No, the flag raised just as Jaggard gets the ball. This game is all to play for, but since the United goal, no one really has took control of this match. Wilson. Harkin now Fraser, his delightful cross, the reason that Coventry United are level, but Ondinjo able to dispossess him at prime crossing range, and now Jaggard racing down the right-hand side, Miles tracking back, injury and all, and he's got there. Along the left flank it goes. Miles shoved aside in the aftermath. Referee says nothing doing. Morley finishes the job. Devoyle. Goodman smacks it off Ryan Hagen. Has to go home to Kasper Kurilovic. Headed on by Fraser. No one home for United. Goodman slices it into touch. And as we'll throw halfway into their own half of the field. Danny Fraser. It's enough to find Charlie Faulkner headed on towards the Devoyle. Just picked out by Jaggard. Now it's with Corvell, Pickering. Faulkner gets his body between player and ball. Past Pickering. Couldn't get it away from Christian Smale. And it's back with Kurilovic. Newport definitely going for the long game here, but the ball straight onto the chest of Harry Sawyer for the Red and Greens. Miles, Sawyer, trying to create some separation here for the right back. Wilson playing on the right flank. Tries the lofted ball. Abraham gets his bonds to it and finds Smale, who can't find another man in blue. United will throw in their own territory, heading up towards the last 15 minutes here on CUTV. We're back next Sunday for the visit of Hanley Town in the Isuzu FA Vars. If the last game's anything to go by, we're in for a terrific afternoon of football. The FA Vars always throws up some special memories. Moore down the centre to Luke Downs. Danny Fraser into the chest of Onginjo. It's a high ball down the left, and Goodman caught dilly-dallying there, but Cameron Dunn, I should say, couldn't get that last touch. Here's Onginjo. Watkinson the target. And, was there a little bit of afters there between Watkinson and Miles. Miles hitting the deck. It's clipped wide to Charlie Faulkner. Leaves Ben Ford behind, or does he? Ford in with a chance from behind, and Faulkner runs it into touch. It's been a frustrating afternoon here at the Butts Park Arena. It's a poor throw to the head of Wilson, who heads it straight out. And that looks like Foubert and Ellis, who are preparing for the red and greens, going for a quick jog along the touchline. That leaves Stanley Jube still in the technical area, as well as Gift Musa. United knocking it around dangerously in their own ballpark. Miles. Plays a 1-2 with Sawyer, Adam Miles. And Dunn let it run straight to Jallow. Now Williamson. Watkinson hits the deck after a little step in from Morley. Not enough, in my opinion, to take the number 9 out. Fraser looked for his old rugby teammate in Luke Downs with the outstretched leg of Williamson, the goal scorer. Curtails another United move. Switches the play over to Pickering. It's too high for Pickering. And Sawyer with a little shoulder barge to send it out. Fraser at the back for the red and greens. And here's Ryan Harkin. He needs some Harkin magic this afternoon to prize this game away from Newport Pagnell. And here it comes with Charlie Faulkner. It was a tad too high for him. He got his head to it, but couldn't send it goal bound. And a stoppage in play here as Abraham and Watkinson are remonstrating with the referee. I think it was the earlier coming together between Morley and Watkinson that has enraged the Newport bench and players. And that's Gift Musa coming on for the red and greens, and he's coming on for Ronnie DeVoyle. A like-for-like swap in the middle. Gift Musa taking over from Riley DeVoyle. The captain's armband now handed to Steph Morley. So it's Kurilovic away over the head of Musa. Headed clearance by Adam Miles. Pickering. A red wall in front of the Blues. Musa looks to escape, and he's nudged over by Watkinson. He's falling foul of Mr. Marriott's attentions in this second half. Dangerous ball by Sawyer, but finds Luke Downs, gift Musa, and Harkin tried to prize it back to Musa, who lost his balance and wasn't there for the seconds. Pickering, Watkinson's offside, he knows it. That long ball from Pickering ends up back with Dan Moore. Downs, Morley, back to Downs. Still all square at 1-1 here at the Butts Park Arena. Williamson scoring for Newport Pagnell, equalising goal coming from Charlie Shaw. And the offside flag raised against Cameron Dunn. Newport Pagnell ready to make their second change. And Long Jinjo, and it's a good slide in by Danny Fraser. Got a piece of the man, but all of the ball. And the throw to Jallow. And the worst hit of the night by Mamadou Jallow ends up out for a throw. Or even when you're off balance, you should be able to come somewhere close to the net. Musa. And Wilson too slow to it. Now Watkinson. Pickering. Watkinson looks to take it with him. Williamson for a second. Newport Pagnell only have themselves to blame that they are not winning this match. Twice they've been one-on-one with Moore. Twice they've just had to slot it past. Twice they've looked a gift horse in the mouth. And twice they've thrown it away. It would be a bit of a snatch and grab if the Red and Greens are able to come away with the 3 points here, but they are 3 crucial points. Harkin. Probing ball in for Cameron Dunn. There was more space out wide for Faulkner, but Harkin went direct. Clearance by Ford. Jaggard the target. Sawyer sprints clear. Through ball for Charlie Faulkner, covered up by Ben Ford. Faulkner looks for the delivery. It's over Harkin. Goodman headed clearance as far as Dunn. And here's Danny Fraser. Urged to cross. And he does put the cross in. And a nasty collision between Kurilovic and Harkin. Well, the free kick's been given in favour of Newport Pagnell. Both men only had eyes for the ball. But Newport Pagnell trying to force the referee into giving Harkin a card. And it is a yellow card for Ryan Harkin, a handshake between the two. There's no doubt that Harkin was going for the ball, so it's a tad harsh. And a substitution coming for Newport Pagnell. Christian Smale is off, and on comes Evangelos Nikolaou. And Corvell Pickering also leaving the field. It's still 1-1. Ball over towards Ryan Harkin, so the change is confirmed. Lynham and Wickerlaus are on the field and replaced Pickering and I can't remember who it was Christian Smale, so Smale the second player to come off. We're running out of time here. Faulkner. He's got the throw. Sawyer. Watkinson getting stuck in. He's got the free kick. And well, there's been another goal at the CBS Arena, and Coventry have won it 3-1. Another goal for Ellis Sims, but bad news for the Sky Blues. Middlesbrough have turned it around against Derby. Target and Whittaker have scored in the last 5 minutes. It's now 2-1 to Middlesbrough. So they won't be going 13 points clear tonight, but they have got the 3 points in the bag. They're not going to lose any ground. Here's Williamson. Watkinson trying to marshal his way through. Shields the ball from Adam Miles. It will be a throw-in to United. Luke Downs, a little barge in there from Lyndon. Morley. Now Danny Fraser. Looks for Cameron Dunn. Dunn touches it on, but Goodman shields it into touch. And it will be... what's going on here? It's a yellow card for the Newport manager. There we go. A card apiece for the bench. So Adam Miles has been chosen as the man of the match by our esteemed match sponsor, Roger Goodfellow. I'm going to throw it down the right-hand side there. Charlie Faulkner, it's out for the throw-in. Faulkner's throw. Downs takes over for the red and greens. Harkin flicked it into his own face. And Wickerlaus taken out by Harkin. Free kick to Newport Pagnell in their own half. Of course, Harkin's got to be careful. He's already got a yellow card. And another United change is being prepared, or are they announcing the added time? It's about that time. I think they are. 4 minutes of added time. So 4 minutes to be played at the end of a frustrating second half. Certainly for Newport Pagnell, they've had brilliant chances to win it. Morley. Chasing down the right is Charlie Faulkner. Can he force the corner? Even better, he's got the ball back. Faulkner, he's got the corner now, charged down by Abraham. And they need Adam Miles in there. He's a dab hand at scoring from corners. It's whipped in. It's towards Adam Miles, punched away by Kurilovic. Sawyer. Back in by Dunn. Miles! The one man you could bet on! The one man! So lethal in the area! You're expecting to score every time he touches it! Newport have wasted their chance. They've thrown it away, and Adam Miles, with a bullet header, has given Coventry United all 3 points. 92nd minute. In his only full season with the Red and Greens, he finished second top scorer through moments like that. They've got to see it through. They've got to get through the next 120 seconds, but surely now the football gods are smiling on the Red and Greens. And down the wing, Cameron Dunn's going to be a goal kick. Jallow avoids the slide of Lewis Wilson. Abraham. It's whipped in. Crucial header away. Jallow just possessed by Cameron Dunn. Can't take it around Abraham. He hits it and it's hit the post. Moore thought it was going wide. It wasn't going as wide as he thought. .30 seconds of added time to go. Of course, there will be a little extra after the goal. But what a 3 points this would be. The Anderson effect is in full effect. Moore clears. Goodman. Jallow outlet by Musa. Sent on by Lindham. Watkinson battling with Sawyer. Sawyer's header. Back with Newport Pagnell Town. Williamson, whose goal in the first half gave Newport the lead. And now United's on the counter. It's Cameron Dunn. Lindham cuts across. Oh, and oh my, what a collision that was. Adam Miles sent halfway to China. Well, thankfully, Smiler's okay. He's had a bit of a bruising in this game. But as the 5th minute of added time draws to a close, it's his goal which puts the Red and Greens in the driver's seat. Dan Moore clears, he's going straight for the corner. And Harkin's done well to keep it in, but not for long. Goal kick. Well, there were extra minutes added on for Miles' goal. Those extra minutes are coming to an end now. Kurilovic will stutter. The red and greens want to hear the final whistle. It's not going to sound just yet. Sawyer. Punts clear. Wickelaus. Williamson. Is there one last twist? It's towards Jaggard. Out comes Dan Moore. Brings it down. That's that. It has to be. The referee checks the watch and ends it. Adam Miles' header in the 92nd minute gives United a jubilous 3 points. And a 3 points that was so hard to come by. Newport Pagnell went in front through Williamson. They had chance after chance, but were wasteful. But Coventry United, ever the opportunists, with a snatch and grab at the death to take home the victory and take a step closer to those precious playoff places. A second win in 2 for Terry Anderson and his boys. Full time in the Butts Park Arena. Coventry United 2, Newport Pagnell Town 1.